If you're looking for something classic, but not oak moss dominant, what else is out there that is good, classic, and different, and crazy low price? This one may be for you, right? Now the perfumer is Michelle Amarak, an all-star perfumer. He worked on Dior Fahrenheit. All right, that's enough said, right? Of course, he has done many fragrances, around maybe 200-ish. If it's not good, he can't stick around that long, right? Now, for an analogy, okay, what I usually tell my friends is that don't go into horror movies expecting to see romantic comedy, right? Means don't buy a classic manly fragrance and expecting to get like bubblegum sweets, clubbings type of stuff like Invictus, Agua de Gio stuff. If you do, you're gonna hate it. So you gotta be prepared, know what you're getting into, and get your nose ready. Now you're gonna smell something gentleman in suit, very well dressed, very well mannered, well spoken, very calm, not in a hurry, smells very nice, and you're gonna be ready for this. Awesome zino from the house of davidoff, right? Now with that said, oh, I'm sorry, I should say, welcome to my place. My name is Dave. Really good to have you here. Just hanging out a little bit. Now, with that said, I hated this in the very beginning. Because before that, I only smelled the fresh bubblegum, tonka beans, and broxin, citrus type of stuff. Now, all of those, none of those are in here, really. Maybe citrus, just a bit, okay? And the patchouli in here hit me sideways. It was probably the first heavy patchouli bottle that I had, that I experienced. I didn't know what the crap this was, all right? Why would anybody want to smell like this? I didn't get it. But I thought, it's been around since 1986 and it's still selling. That means it must be good. It must be good for something. So later on, I learned what patchouli smells like or what it can smell like. Basically, I think of it like yummy chocolate cake or a relaxing hike in the nature and smell the wet soil all around. Now, I'll say wet soil in the best way possible. All right. Yeah, this is what it is. And with those thoughts, I was hooked on patchouli. So I started buying other patchouli. Now, the bottles here are, I have other patchoulis, okay, but this I haven't opened yet. This is patchouli from the House of Reminiscence. This is the famous Tom Ford Beau de Jour. Haven't opened it yet. This is Gentleman from Givenchy. And this is Fake Man from Amouage. It is called Fake Man, but to me, I know it's strong, very heavy patchouli. It is quite different than this type of patchouli. Okay, now this one we're talking about. One of the reasons I'm talking about this one is because the weather has changed down to maybe 60, 70, cooler side on the cooler weather. It's really good for this one. And also, I'm kind of excited to open my Tom Ford Beau de Jour. And this too is mentioned to be a little bit similar, right? One of the reasons why I picked up Tom Ford Beau de Jour is because I really enjoy Zino Davidoff. So it's kind of like the opposite end. A lot of times we will buy the cheaper fragrance thinking because it resembles the more expensive one. But in this case, it's reverse, where I bought the more expensive one just because I enjoy this. Now, this one is only $20. I saw it just now. $20 and under. It's been around forever and it's still selling. I don't know if they got discontinued, no idea. But if you enjoy any of this, go pick it up quickly. $20 if you have it around to use for fragrance. And then you are okay with what I mentioned, if that is the direction you're looking for, this is really a no-brainer because how good it is. It doesn't smell cheap at all. So yeah, that's a super long introduction, all right? Because I don't want you to be like me and didn't know what this was and hated it and almost missed out on this great cheapie. With my larger collection, if I don't think it's good in the first few wearings, I'll probably never touch it again. And that would really suck. I mean, it would be such a shame. And that's one of the reasons why I'm I try to be very, very, very careful when I say I hated fragrances. uh, they are made for a reason. Just because maybe the perfumer like it or their test groups like it. There has to be a reason why people enjoy it. And I always try to look at it from a different perspective. Maybe I'm missing something, or with things like this, I hated it. This bunch of fragrance I hate in the beginning, and then I fell in love with. This one is not like super top on my list of loves, but I really enjoy it, especially on the cool weather. I can't wait to get it out. Now, sorry about this super long introduction. Here we go. I sprayed it just before I start mumbling and start recording. So on the top, we're getting the very fresh. Let's do this again. Sprayer is really good. No complaints at all. Bottle looks pretty cool. It's really up to you what type of bottle you enjoy. And I do enjoy the cool water type of shape. Cool water type of shape. It all looks pretty similar, and I really like that. And this yellow cap is, it stands out for sure in the black bottle. It's awesome. I like how they're just very unique, okay, as far as the coloration is concerned. Now on the top here, it's very spicy. It just blasts off very strong, projecting very powerful with the lavender. For sure, it's very, very strong. And there's a fresh citrus from bergamot and the unmistakable clear sage. Clear sage can be difficult sometimes, and yet it could be really good because it's very distinct. That is one of those very distinct type of scent. And also a very strong rosewood. All right, if you don't know what that smells like, basically just floral type of woodiness and a little bit spicy, and the spiciness is coming out very strong. Okay, now what I get right away is a patchouli. Even though patchouli is supposed to be in the later on, but right away every time I spray this, it pops out and just hitting me. The patchouli, it dominates right away. It stands right in the front, while all the other stuff is kind of pairing around it. So it's not kidding when it says, it is showing itself so quickly. And then we're going to get other, during the middle, the freshness is going to die down considerably. So I'm going to be left with the patchouli and then pairing with floral. So we're getting some rose for sure. I'm getting some geranium, all right? Those two. Yeah, that's what I get. And the patchouli, it stays there the whole way, but because the freshness from the citrus and the fresh lavender die down, so it become more of a tamer, more of a warmer variation, of the patchouli. Right away, it happens maybe after 2 or 3 minutes. The freshness will die down very quickly, and it goes in, it dry down, within the first 5 minutes. At least that's what I get. And that's when the patchouli will settle down with a bit of vanilla, the sweet vanilla. I'm getting just a tad bit of leather, just a tad bit, and a bit of spicy. And there's still a freshness that kind of stays there just a bit longer. I think it's a bergamot. The first 5-10 minutes, the bergamot still plays along. And then, like I said, the base is going to have to be that patchouli with some leather, some vanilla. And then the woods will come in with a fresh cedar wood and the sandalwood as well. Yeah, so it's going to be patchouli and the woods and vanilla at the base. It's not, you know what, sometimes I think it's not complex, and yet there's a lot of stuff that I get to smell. And for this $20 of a fragrance, it is crazy. The only reason why it's so cheap at $20 is only because it's been around for so long, and also is because it's more of a classic type of smell. So people maybe are not picking this up as much as before. Maybe more of people are going for more the modern scent. For sure, this is not your modern type of scent. When you smell this, right away you know, okay, it's a classic. But you gotta remember, it's a very good classic. It's one of the very best classic. If you consider the price, it's probably one of the top classic for this price category, bar none. Okay, you spend $20 on a fragrance, you rarely pick up anything good, but this is crazy good. Okay, Now, of course, like I said, you gotta know what you expect. You go into this movie, you gotta know what you know what type of categories of movie you get into. So this is a classy, gentlemanly type of fragrance. So when you get into this, you gotta be able to enjoy the patchouli. It's more of a earthy type of patchouli. In case you're not familiar with this, this is leaning more of the soil. Like I said, it could be, to my nose, either the chocolate, sweet chocolate, or more towards the earthy side, like wet soil, as if you're hiking on the trail. What I get this is never use this in a warm weather for me. Warm weather, I hated it, but when the cool weather comes, it's so good. It's so good, as if I've been to a I always go up the mountain. I try to go every year, and when I'm either early in the morning or late at night, sun goes down, it's cool weather, and I'm sitting there outside just smelling the fresh air, and there's like dirt everywhere, the forest, right? Inside the forest, in a cabin. The After the rain, the wet soil, and there are flowers around. So what I pair up with is that basically it smells like this. Is the You smell the earthy wet soil after it's wet, and then the floral pairing. So I'm getting that vanilla or kind of honeyish, like honey, and the little bit of floral coming through, pairing with the sweet patchouli, earthy type of notes. That's what I get, and it's so enjoyable to the point where I would say, "Man, I'm so glad I'm here," or "Man, I gotta come here more often," or "Man, this money well spent being on this little vacation." Be able to smell that. And with this bottle, it takes me to that type of scenario sometimes, and that's why I really, really, really enjoy and keep looking for more of a patchouli type of fragrance, and that's what it smells like. So right now it's at the dry down, so I'm getting what I said was the patchouli, more on the earthy side, and the rosewood, okay, the woodiness, plus the cedar wood, and a bit of the honey, vanilla honey, type of sweet. Yeah. The fresh is still there. Right now it's been 10 minutes or so, or 12 minutes since I spray. And the fresh lavender, the bergamot is still there. Clear stays still there, no doubt. It's sticking its head out. So I gotta say, this is for 20 bucks. It's the quality should be worth $40-$50 even nowadays. But for them to do 20 bucks, I mean, this is always a hard one for me, where I want to pick up a backup, but because my other bottles, yeah. Anyway, this is a worthy of a backup for sure. It's masculine for sure. The longevity is still good. I get at least 5 or 6 hours or even longer on the clothing, even more. I love this smell. I gotta say, not every single time I'm enjoying it, but I think it's because of the weather. When the weather is not cool enough, I didn't like it as much. And sometimes in the hot weather, I use it wrong. I didn't know in the beginning. I use it in hot weather, it bothered me. I just did not like it. Okay. And people around me think, my family didn't really like it. They don't enjoy the patchouli scents. And I keep trying to describe to them about the earthiness, about the hikes. They go on hikes with me, but they just don't get it. They just don't get the earthiness. They say, yeah, it smells like dirt. But they say, why do you want to smell like dirt? So I thought about it, and I thought, okay, I don't particularly want to smell like dirt, but I want to smell the aroma of it. So I would say to myself, I spray on my skin so I can smell it throughout the day, smell that nice, nice fragrance throughout the day. So if other people smell on me, if they don't like it, yeah, that's kind of tough, because I enjoy it. I want to smell it. I want to smell my hand throughout the day and enjoy the scents. So I think it should not bother people enough. It's not pungent. Okay, it just smells earthy, like wet soil, wet dirt, and I don't think that should bother people. So I still wear it around others. I never got compliments with this. I never did, huh? Yeah, no, I did not get compliment with this when I just wear it around people, around friends. So yeah, but disclosure is, my friend, they all know I wear bunch of fragrance, and I'm hooked on fragrance. So they don't really want to compliment me every single time they smell something, unless it's really something that they enjoy and they're newbies. So they tend to compliment me on the, on the modern stuff, on the sweet, citrusy, Brox and blue type of things. So for the more classic, they're not really into it, but that's too bad for them. I have not been able to convert them yet. But with that said, if you hear something that you enjoy, if it's up your alley, if you're looking for something, like I said, in the beginning, if it's something for classy, something that is very well quality for sure, very good quality, that's not pungent, and yet that's different than the typical green oak moss type of classic stuff. It's actually a no-brainer. It's highly recommended, by me. Okay, but if you're not ready for the more of a classic, skip this first. I don't want you to have the wrong impression of what classic smells like. Don't buy and hate it, and then have an image of, always having negative thoughts on it. Just wait until you're ready to explore something else. Okay, now I gotta say, this is one of the easier. I have other. Let me give me a second. Now I forgot this one. I want to grab one more. This is Ursa from Tiziana Terenzi. This is $100 plus, and it's great presentation for sure. But this is another earthy patchouli, but it's $100 plus. This is $20 plus. I do think I enjoy Ursa a little bit more, but not 5 times more. This is $20 again. This is 100 plus. Again, it's not 5 times more. So that's how great of price value this is. I can't say enough about it. I should get back up, but before you discontinue, and then yeah. Anyway, I'm mumbling. Anything else? So it's not super versatile, and yet it's not offensive. So you could kind of wear it, and even if you don't get compliments, it's still should not offend people. That's at least none of the people that smell this had a weird look. None of them. Okay. Yeah, it's hard to say because they smell earthy, like wet soil. But I just love it. All right, it's up to you. All right. Anything else? This has been such a long video. It does smell like other patchouli or yeah, other patchouli type of fragrance. So it's not super unique. You know what? I'm just gonna say it is the best patchouli for the price that I ever smelled. I'm just gonna put a stamp on it. So if you enjoy patchouli in any variations, give this one a try. It's only $20. Yeah, I love this one. Thumbs up for sure. I'll give it like 9.5 out of 10. Considering without caring about the price, but with the price is 10 for 10. Perfect. But without considering the price, about 9.5 out of 10. I hope that's kind of helpful if you're thinking about this. If you have not heard about this, or if you're on the fence about this, it's $20. It's well worth it. All right. As always, see you in a couple of days.